that's the problem. That's truly one of the problems. You can't sit here and just flash out like you're not a lady, like you're not a woman. When you get mad, you taking it out on the whole house. You getting people hurt. You getting people harm. You putting people in bad situations. You manipulative. You manipulate your kids. You manipulate your household. You manipulate your family, your friends. Um, you lying. You lie to everybody. You can't even keep up with your lies. Welcome to the second episode of Couch Convos, where we keep it real and say how we feel, and where we discuss life, honesty, and reality. And today's topic is toxicity of women. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. So today, y'all, we gonna be discussing toxicity of women. Okay. I feel like this is a well-needed episode. Because it is a pandemic of a lot of women being toxic, okay? And, it's getting kind of out of control now. It's getting out of control because women is a strong pillar. I know we talk about so much how women feel like they are the backbone, the structure, the lead in the household. And that could be true in a way, but to become all those things, you have to know your role first. The first thing women have an issue with, they don't know their role in the household. Okay. The role in the household is to be in submission to your man. Say what? How y'all don't like that word, and they get a little tricky, and they get a little, y'all don't like hearing them type of words. But we have to be honest. We have to lay out the facts on the table. Because how can we go forward as a people if we don't get to the facts? Okay? So, as a married woman, I am speaking from a married woman. I know how y'all try to chew up Kevin Samuels, want to get people canceled, but listen to the message, not the messenger. We need to start taking that into consideration too. Listen to the message, not the messenger, if you have an issue with that person, okay? So, as a married woman, I'm here to tell y'all, you have to let your husband lead your home. You have to lead his home. That's actually his home. That's his structure. That's what he's the head over that. So, you have to let him lead and you follow suit. All that, this new generation, what would you call it? This new generation culture of, we ain't taking nothing from these men. We just want to hit their pockets. We just want tricks and this and that. Please stop. It's not going to get you nowhere. When you falling out of the order of Most High, if y'all know the scriptures is men, women, children. Okay? And if we're going to be direct, I'm just talking about your husband household. But if you're going to be direct, it's Most High, Christ, your husband, women, children. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be of your destruction if you don't follow the instructions that Most High give us. Okay? All that toxic behavior of, I feel like this episode might need part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 until we get it in them brains. But we're going to just stay on a couple things and basics. It goes to when y'all teaching the children, when we're teaching the kids. Y'all sit up there and don't teach the kids the proper things, like how to conduct themselves when you're not around, how to, not making your husband household look in a negative light. Y'all don't teach the kids those things. Y'all teaching them how to curse, fight, be destructive, be menaces to society. That's not right. And then we are the first people who get on social media and say, oh, I'm going through this, going through that with my kids, or can y'all help me? Stop. Take accountability and take hold of what you have done. So, we're going to discuss, let's see the things that I had wrote down for this topic. I said, let's just be honest. A lot of women will be way more beautiful if they would do some in-house deep cleaning, which is spiritual cleaning. If you would clean up in-house before you sit up here and admire your outer beauty, you will see how much more beautiful you are to yourself, to your husband, to God. You will see if y'all will start being modest, start being shamefaced, stop just being bitter, stop being angry, stop being conniving, stop being deceiving, stop being liars, manipulators. Because one thing about women, and me, I'm speaking of a woman. Not saying I've done all these traits or anything, even from my experience of being around women. One thing I notice in women is we don't just stop. I'm talking about we will take it full fledged. We take it full fledged. We take it to the top. We take it to the utmost. And that's the problem. That's truly one of the problems. You can't sit here and just flash out like you're not a lady, like you're not a woman. When you get mad, you taking it out on the whole house. You getting people hurt. You getting people harm. You putting people in bad situations. You manipulative. You manipulate your kids. You manipulate your household. You manipulate your family, your friends. You lying. You lie to everybody. You can't even keep up with your lies. Okay? We have to stop these character traits because it's not getting us nowhere. Have y'all looked around lately? Are y'all looking around? Y'all get mad at the women who are married and calling us pick-me's and calling us, oh, y'all basically like slaves, y'all puppets and all this. How? When we're happy. Have you ever sat down with a married woman and asked her, is she happy? Of course, we all know. We all know problems arise, but we're here. Our husbands is not leaving us. Our husbands not divorcing us. We're figuring it out. We're growing. We're learning. We're listening. We're following instruction. So stop saying that, because these are the same women and people. Even when Kevin Samuels was alive, women were praising him, saying, oh, you helped me so much, you helped me grow, I have found my husband this year, we're getting married, da da da. So we know what we're supposed to do. Everybody know in their spirit what they're doing, but it's about y'all don't want to. You're not putting the fight, you're not putting the willpower in yourself to want it. You want to please friends, please the people that's not going to be there when things actually really, really get tough and hard in life. Y'all put everybody but the people that you supposed to put in your life. You know what I'm saying? Not saying there's nothing wrong with your friends and all, but when it comes to your life is being all over the place, unstable, your life don't have no stability, your life is basically crumbling under your feet every few months, that's terrible. Do you want to keep living like that, ladies? Do y'all want to keep living like that? You got to clean up your spirit first. Then clean up the outside as well. Start being modest. Show better examples to these younger women, younger children. It's getting so crazy. It's like the men is basically like numb to seeing y'all being half naked. The men numb. Y'all twerking, shaking. I'm talking about mesh clothing, net clothing, see-through, nipple covers. The men is like, who never had it? It's getting boring. The only people who are excited about that is people who are criminals. I'm just leave it there. Criminals. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not pleasing nobody. Only thing you're doing is hurting yourself in the long run. You only hurting yourself. You only getting older. We all have a biological time clock that's running out, running short, running dry. Okay? So just think about it. Like, do you really want to leave this earth in misery, knowing you was miserable most of the time, when you cover it up with, things to act like you not hurt and not, going through it. You don't want that. Yeah, let's talk about that masculine spirit. The masculine spirit. Stop. It have to end. It have to end. Even in married women. Stop. Stop. You're not ruling nothing. Married women. I see married women still doing what they want. Mouths is uncontrollable to their husbands. And then we come to the internet telling all our problems. Telling the world who ain't gonna fix nothing, how he just don't treat me good, he always been like this, woo, woo, woo. But did you sit back and take the accountability for yourself? Have you done that? Like, have you truly dug deep inside of yourself saying, hold up, I could be a better wife, I could start doing this more, doing that, making sure he got cooked meals, keeping the home in order, keeping the children in order. Y'all ain't reevaluating. I mean, sometimes we all fall. We all fall. I always say this. But have you reevaluated? Have you brought it back? Like, okay, let me get it together. Let me get it together. So yeah, them like the toxic traits. I could go in deep, more depths of it. But I think I summed up a lot. I'm telling y'all, I see it every day on the news. And let's talk about how women, y'all sitting here boosting up these alphabet characters. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Boosting up these alphabet characters, boosting their egos up, and they are destroying our nation as well. They destroying our people as well. Y'all be the main ones cheering them on and boosting them up, and then come crying, talking about some y'all done found y'all husband, y'all man laying up with these people and this and that, and the women and the husbands catching y'all. Get it together. We have to stop this menace society. We have to stop this diminishing of our people. Like, y'all, we're unstable. That's because we're not following the order that was given to us. Like, I see it time and time again. Like, I'm the type of person, I feel like if you put yourself through things that I know deep down in your spirit ain't right, I can't help you. I can't help you. Only the Lord above can help you. And you better hope he listening and willing to help you. Because it's getting out of hand. Like, y'all not tired of this? Y'all bodies are not even y'all's anymore. All that really matters is your spirit. But y'all bodies ain't even y'all's. Y'all done chopped and screwed them, injected them, beat on them, bruised them, cut into it, tore these bodies down. Them ain't even y'all no more. People can't even recognize y'all. Some of y'all kids can't even recognize y'all. Shoot, if they ain't live with y'all. Like, why don't we want better, y'all? Why don't we want better as a people? Like, we are capable, very capable. But we have to want it. We have to start. It have to start with us, So, sisters, ladies, please start picking up y'all Bibles, studying. How do I, find the scriptures to becoming a better woman? Proverbs 31, Titus 2. Find those scriptures and chapters that's going to help build y'all spirit up, because I know y'all want it. I know y'all want it. Because I be seeing some sisters and stuff like they fighting to be better and all that. But honestly, I'm not going to lie. One thing I do see that it needs to start with is that apparel. Y'all need to start dressing in modesty. Once you start dressing like the princess that you are, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel better. You're going to love yourself more. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to know that, like, okay, this is what God called me to be. I'm telling y'all, because when I started changing my apparel, that's how I feel. I feel even more prettier, more like a princess. I feel more like I'm normal, When you dressing half naked and out here in bonnets and pajamas and then we wonder why the world looking at us crazy. And yeah, you could say, I don't care what nobody say about me, but you know you do. You know you do. Who don't care? Stop saying you don't care. You care. You care. You care about people, how people feel about you, because that's what God made us to be. Beings of one another. Sorts of our kind. So don't say you don't care, but you do. Make yourself feel better. Make your spirit feel better. Your spirit even yearning for better. Y'all spirit is crying out like, please, the madness, stop. So sisters, we have to work on this toxicity, because that's why you're not getting the things that you want in your life. You're not getting that husband. You keep talking about something. I'm waiting on the Lord. You're going to be waiting. You waiting on him to send your man. Because God has made a man for all of us. God has made a husband for all of us. We all come from the ribs of a man. Who that is, only God knows. But you're not going to get what you want if you're not cleaning your house, which is your spirit. So, yes, sisters, stop the madness. Stop having these children follow after y'all lead. Then y'all come crying because you like, oh, my twin act just like me. My baby. No, 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 no. You made this monster. You built up this monster. Now you got to deal with it. No one can help you guys. Like, we just need to do better as women. Y'all say we hold so much power. Well, where's the power? Where's the power that you hold? Because obviously you don't know. The power you hold is you are a foundation in your Lord's home. You are the help meet. You are the help meet that's supposed to help make everything run more smoother. But y'all seem not to do that. That's why the world is in chaos. We sat here and follow after the Willie Lynch. Sat here follow after Amelia Bloomer, who made us change from skirts and dresses to pants. It's not right. It's not right, ladies. That's why we not progressing. You can say you got your degree and businesses and all these things, but what is that when your spirit is not happy? Your spirit is not at peace. What's those things? What's all those things that God can take away from you any day? See what I'm saying, y'all? So that's going to wrap up episode 2. This is officially episode 2. It could be episode 3 because I did upload 3 videos, but I'll just call it episode 2 because it's the real full form of a video. So we're going to wrap this up, and thank y'all again. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that comment button, leave some opinions, some suggestions on topics we should talk about. Let me know just how y'all feel, because we here to keep it real, right? We here to keep it real and say how we feel, right? So yeah. Thank y'all. See y'all in the next episode. Bye.